This is another episode of Built From Nothing podcast. I'm your host, Sean. I'm here with my guy, Nell. And we got a great guest today, the smooth, skilled, athletic Keandre Cook, man. Appreciate you for coming through.
Appreciate y'all having me, man. It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man. Look, we just here to celebrate you, brother. Like, I've been watching you on social media. You know, I never really got a chance to ever play against you, but I just want to know your journey, know your story. So we just grateful here at Built From Nothing for you to come by.
Got you.
All right, man. So we just gonna get started, man. You started out at Northwestern. You know, you played there for 3 years. Why Northwestern? And walk us through those 3 years.
I went to Northwestern not based off like basketball or anything, cause I started playing when I was in 7th grade, so I didn't really take basketball serious, and I was just learning how to play basketball because my first sport was football. So I just went to Northwestern just to go there because the schools I wanted to get into I couldn't get into basically.
And how was the football? So did you end up playing football at Northwestern?
Yeah. I didn't play. No. I didn't play football in high school. When I got to high school, I kind of quit football. Once I started learning how to play basketball, I kind of quit football.
Okay. And anything like particular made you just say, forget football and just go straight to basketball?
No, I was really good at football, but like my mom had like a real busy work schedule, so she was working 2 to 3 jobs to provide for me and my brother. So like, when it's time to me to go up, get my ID and everything, it was always complicated. So I wasn't really playing in all the Pop Warner games and stuff like that, but I was at all the practices and stuff. So once I started hooping, or when it was time to play basketball and football season was over, all my friends from my neighborhood was playing both, and I only was playing football. So they got me to play basketball. So once I started doing that, and I was bad, like terrible. So. And I was like kind of like embarrassed that I wasn't good in basketball, but I was good in football. So that gave me that motivation and hunger to be good in basketball. And once I started feeling the love for basketball, I just quit football.
So in your junior year, your last year at Northwestern, y'all end up winning the Baltimore City Division II title, right?
Yep.
Can you take us through that game?
I know they won in maybe 2010, but just to get there again, that game was very good for us. We had like a real good squad. Had a really good coach, Coach Rick. He came to our school. It was his first time being a head coach at our school, so that was big time for us to make it that far. And just for us to get a win, that was like real big for our school.
Any interest from schools at that time?
I didn't really have that many schools. Like my recruitment at Northwestern wasn't really major because I was just starting to really get into basketball. So I never played AAU until 10th grade. So I only played 3 years at AAU. So like my recruitment wasn't really like major or anything. And Northwestern like kind of a smaller school.
Right.
And wasn't really known for basketball. So
how did you end up at Edmondson, and why did you transfer?
So I've been wanting to transfer in 10th grade, but I just didn't have like the right people in my corner yet. But once my cousin, he's kind of like my manager in a way, or was like my manager in a way. He always helped me with basketball and everything. But I was at like a family cookout, and he seen like, dang, you not playing basketball? And I told him I was playing basketball. So since then, he just been helping me. And ever since he helped me, he the one put the bug in my ear to get a trainer, to play AU and do all the things I needed to do to be successful today. So once he did that, he the one got me to want to think about transferring and then starting to play AU for Team Mello and things like that. So I really wanted to go to Dunbar. So I was like trying to decide like I want to go to Dunbar, Poly, or City. Dunbar didn't have a principal at the time, and I think City and Poly I was gonna have to take a test. So at the time, Emerson was my next decision. He was real close with Darnell, and it just made more sense. I live in West Baltimore. I don't live that far from Emerson, so it wouldn't be like crazy for me getting to school or anything. So at that time, it just made very much sense. And I played them in the playoffs when I was at Northwestern my junior year, and we came up short than them. So it just made much sense to go there.
Because they was the state champions the year before you got there, right? So when you going there, you basically shift the power.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
y'all went 28-3. What happened with that whole season?
Season was crazy. I feel like Emerson was like the best move I made throughout my basketball journey in a way. But the season was really good. We had a good group of guys. They just lost a few players off their state championship. But I came in. I was a real big player. We had Kanai Coles.
Mm-hmm.
We had Dizon. We had Deron. We had a lot of good key players, like golly good role players. So we had a solid squad. And the season went really good. We was beating a lot of teams, but I think we ended up losing to Lake, Patty, and I think City. I think there's the three teams we ended up losing to, but we just beat everybody else, and I think we split with those teams, and then we end up going to the regional championship and playing against Lake at their school, and I think we lost by like 102 to go to states. So that was a real successful season. It was a big senior year for me. That was like my coming out party in a way, like introducing me to the city and everyone getting to know me because I just came from Northwestern. No one didn't really know me, and then I was going crazy up Emerson. So everyone was kind of like getting hip to who I am and having crazy crowds come out and things like that. So
How did you transition from Northwestern? Like, was the roles different at Northwestern than coming into Edmonton, as far as what the coach wanted from you?
it's kind of like the same role. Like I was gonna be the guy on like I was at Northwestern. I had like a big role at Emerson. Either um, Coach Darnell, he's like a real good players coach. So like he even got the idea of me like we was having like some little struggles in the beginning of the year, and he even wanted me to play point guard. So that helped me in my career now, just opening and playing point guard and uh setting up the offense and things like that. So that helped me in my professional career now, me playing point guard, shooting guard, small forward. So I was like a big key player of Emerson.
You had to go to JUCO,
hmm
right? Odessa College. Like, what led you to there?
My grades was good, but I needed about 50 more points on my SAT.
Mm-hmm.
So my whole thing, I was going to go to prep school. My senior year, they allowed people who going to post grad to play AAU again, just to get more schools and more looks. So I ended up playing with B More Finance, and that was my third year AAU. I did really solid. I did solid, and I started getting D1 interest from schools and stuff like that. I started getting a lot of mid-major schools or low-major schools, and I ended up wanting to go to prep school. So I signed to go to prep school, the Mount Zion Prep
Mm-hmm.
in North Carolina. I was signed to go there, and maybe like a week before I was about to leave, we had like a tournament at the Dome that I was about to play in, and I ended up not playing because I got there like a little late, and I ended up not playing. So I just watched both games, and then the situation, I ended up getting shot, so that gave me like a little setback. My bags and everything was already packed to go to prep school, so that gave me like a little setback, and I was out for maybe like a month, and then I had to get back working out, get everything situated, and I ended up going to prep school. Did really good there, and I still didn't get my points on my SAT score. But at the end of the my prep school season, I had a lot of D1 schools that I can go to.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like the schools that I had. Well, I didn't really want to go to the schools that I had at the moment. And the school that I wanted to go to was Richmond, that they was interested in me, but they ended up signing someone in my position. So the other schools I had, I didn't really want to go to. So that's how I ended up at Odessa College.
Okay. Any memories about Odessa College?
JUCO finals twice.
Mm.
I won regionals there. My sophomore year, we went 15-1 in conference. I think my freshman year, we went like 12-3 in conference, and we won regionals. So I got so many memories there, and met a lot of people that I can call my brothers today. But just was just like a different outlook on basketball at Odessa because my freshman year is like it's like everyone is the man on their high school team all playing together. So it's like we had a lot of sophomores too, and it's a few like D1 transfers. So it's like I'm like me and maybe like three other people was freshmen. So I didn't get that much playing time. So I had to like figure that out and get extra shots in the gym, get extra work in the gym, work on my game, work on my body, just to try to prove that I belong here and I can play at this level. So when I did get an opportunity to play was like late in the season. Like they threw me in there and I was killing. Like I was waiting for this moment. I was killing. And that second half of the game, I ended up starting the second half and end up killing, and then end up helping our team win the regionals.
So you chose Missouri State after Odessa. Was there any other schools? And talk to me about your experiences at Missouri State.
Yeah, so my sophomore year, when I came back, my sophomore year, I was just on a mission to just get a lot of schools and expand. So I ended up probably having about close to 25 offers or something like that, but all like mid-major schools. So and then new schools was coming along and stuff on my recruitment, so it was just like something that I wasn't really used to. So it was like real hectic for me to make a decision. And Coach Ford at Missouri State, he was at Tennessee State. Then he offered me there. And Karan DeShields, he went to Tennessee State, and Coach Ford was his coach. So that was like a good connection right there too. So that made me think of like, dang, Karan went there. Karan liked them and stuff like that. Him and Karan is real close, and he helped Karan to be a man, shape him to a man he is today. So that's why I want to give him a chance. But I had so many schools, and I didn't know which. You only get 5 official visits.
Mhm.
I took one unofficial visit to St. Bonaventure, but you only get 5 official visits. So my first visit, I went to Loyola and Marymount in LA, and that was like a real different because I never really been. Well, I've been outside of Baltimore, but I never been to California, so that just was like very different. And I liked the visit and I liked the school. And then my second visit was supposed to be South Florida,
Mhm.
but they changed my visit to a different date. So I felt like, all right, like they like me. They don't want me that bad though. They changed my they changed my visit to a different date. So I was like, yeah, I'm kind of I don't really like that. I'm kind of off them in a way. But I was thinking about going there because it was a good situation for me. But so I ended up taking a visit at Missouri State just to give the Coach Ford a chance. I
Mhm.
didn't really plan on committing there, but once I got on the visit, it felt like home. It made sense, and my cousin was there with me on all my visits too, and he was like, "It kind of makes sense. It's a good situation, different, and I think you'll do good here." And Coach Ford, you know what I'm saying, I can give him a chance, so I ended up committing on the visit to Missouri State.
As a senior, 15 a game. You know, you had a game where you scored 31. Can you talk to us about that game?
That game, man, I was on fire. I think I had about 18 in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
I really was trying to get 40. I really was trying to get 40. I'm mad I didn't get 40. But yeah, I was just on fire that game. I was super locked in. I was on a mission. And all my shots was falling. I was getting to the rim, and I was just hooping that game. I was super locked in.
Yeah. So it's time to graduate, you know what I'm saying? And you go undrafted to the Hornets. Can you talk to us about that process and talk to us what happened? Like, why did you end up not playing for them by the time the season came?
Yeah, so end of my senior year, we all know COVID happened, so it's kind of weird situation for the world.
Yeah.
Everything was slowed down, so it wasn't like a normal draft process. The draft usually is like around this time now. It got pushed all the way back to like November.
Mm-hmm.
So just working out, and you're not even sure what's going on in the world and things like that. So um, I feel like I went undrafted because it wasn't like no real draft. It wasn't no combine. It wasn't anything like that you can play in front of teams or in scouts. So,
All right.
but I had about 14 NBA interviews, so that would have been 14 workouts. I maybe could have been more workouts depending on how I performed in the workout. So I was just at home, button up shirt, shorts on,
Right.
button up shirt, shorts on the Zoom call with multiple NBA teams, and that was just how my process was all the way up to the draft. Like
Mhm.
they just go off my college film, but not really seeing me play in person. And then me and Jamal was Hayward was locked in, and we had to do workouts and send it out and things like that, like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute workout
Mhm.
videos and things like that, just to show like I'm in shape and things I've been working on and things I'm trying to get better at. But it wasn't like a real draft process like it would
Right.
be now. So if it was like something now, I feel like I would have been in a better situation. But I still was blessed to be in that situation. I ended up getting that Exhibit 10 with the Hornets, so that was really big time for me. I was still happy in the end.
After all that process, I know you played in the G League and everything. You decided to go overseas after that year in the G League. Tell me about your experience in the G League, and is there any crazy stories that you seen over there?
So in the G League, it still was like I did the training camp with the Hornets and played the preseason games with the Hornets, and then I went down to the G League. So we was in a bubble in Orlando, and it wasn't like a full season, a G League season. We only played, I think, 15 games.
Okay.
So a regular G League season, you might play 50 something
Mm.
games. So it's like you can't really get a rhythm, and then whatever guys the coach go with, they just go with at the time. So in the G League, even though I had an Exhibit 10, which like most of the time, if someone have like an Exhibit 10 or something like that, they usually play. But I didn't get that much playing time, or I didn't really see the court in the G League. So I had to I was doing extra stuff like in the morning, coming to get extra shots up, work out, 1-on-1 forward court, 2-on-2 forward court, things like that. And we only played 15 games in the G League, and then the season was just over after that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was good that we got our full pay. We only played 15 games, so I didn't really get a chance to like catch a rhythm or really get a chance to really showcase my skills that much.
I know when you was overseas, you ended up winning the Macedonian Cup, right?
Mhm.
So I know that's a accomplishment in itself. Take us through that experience.
Well, I played in France for 5 months and Macedonia for 5 months, but the Macedonia was Eastern Europe. It was a real different experience. Like they love sports over there.
I
They
can see.
man fireworks at the game and flares in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You might be on defense. You might hear man cherry bomb or anything go off. Like it's crazy.
That's just like playing at the Dome, ain't it?
It's crazy. Like you seeing flares in the crowd, and they in there smoking cigarettes in the crowd. Like, man, like it's a crazy experience, but it's good though. They love basketball. They like real diehard fans, and yeah, I made it to the cup when I was in Hungary in the championship, and I lost to B Young. He from Baltimore.
Yeah, I
I
know.
lost to B Young in the championship, so. That second time making it to the finals in the cup in Macedonia, I'm like, I need to get this win. So yeah, it was a real good experience though.
All right, man. We about to start wrapping up. I just got a couple quick hitters for you. Is it a person, a player, or that you stepped on the court with? They big time, and you just gave them the business.
Like in a real game, or
game.
like pickup game.
Pickup game, real game, whatever you want to tell us. Don't be shy, bro.
I done matched up with a lot of good players. I think in college I played against Kevin Porter at USC. I went crazy that game. It was a good matchup. He was going at it. I also played against James Palmer, DC in college. It was a good matchup. We was definitely going at it. And I played against Nigel. He just signed a bigger deal with the Dallas too, at Xavier. So that was a real good matchup. I think we both end up having like 15 points though.
Oh
but,
yeah.
But in pickup here, I mean, I matched up with Stanton, matched up with Rudy, matched up with Melo, Will Barton. Like I didn't play everybody in Baltimore for the most part though.
And you getting the business?
I don't want to say I'm getting the business, but we got some good work though. Like,
Look, being a younger dude who's one of those older guys like you named, where you basically, I ain't gonna say you had to kill them, but they had to respect you. You know what I'm saying? That you like on their level and you can play with them. Put it like that, then.
I would say Stanton.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Karan DeShields, Brandon Young, Rod, just all the guys that I kind of like work out with or be in the gym with now. Just older guys that I was always looking at their overseas career and asking them questions and advice they can give me. We all locked in now, and I'm like the little bro and just be going at them and stuff like that. So it's a good good experience, and good that I got those guys in my corner though, for sure.
For sure. And last question, man. Who is somebody's story you'd like to see on Built From Nothing?
I like to see Karan DeShields.
For sure.
Damian Archer.
For sure. Gotta get him. Gotta get him. But Dre, man, appreciate you for coming through on Built From Nothing. We're gonna continue to follow, your journey, and good luck with the rest of, your ventures.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me today.
Appreciate you, man. That's another episode of Built From Nothing. We get up with y'all later.